Hey guys, I'm Pastor Caleb. I'm the young adults pastor here at Real Life. And today I want to talk about something I've read recently and learned from another spiritual director in the church world. And his name is Henry Nouwen. And if you've ever get the chance to read any of his stuff, you should definitely check it out. But I was reading in John chapter 21, and this is like the very end of the Gospel of John. And it's after Jesus has already been crucified and then he was raised from the dead. And then he appeared to the disciples at different moments over this 40-day period. And one of the moments that he appears to the disciples, it's a really significant moment for Peter. If you remember, Peter, right before Jesus was crucified, denied Jesus 3 times. And Peter realized what he had done, and it had broken his heart. And in this interaction that I want to read today, it's actually the moment that Jesus reinstates Peter as a disciple, as an apostle, as someone following him and leading the church from that day forward. So let's read together John 21 and starting in verse 15. It says, "When they had finished eating, Jesus said to Simon Peter, 'Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?' 'Yes, Lord,' Peter said. 'You know that I love you.' So Jesus said, 'Then feed my lambs.' Again, Jesus said, 'Simon, son of John, do you love me?' He answered, 'Yes, Lord, you know that I love you.' Jesus said, 'Then take care of my sheep.' The third time he said to him, Jesus said to Peter, 'Simon, son of John, do you love me?' This time Peter was hurt because Jesus had asked him a third time, 'Do you love me?' So Peter said to Jesus, 'Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you.' Jesus said, 'Then feed my sheep. Very truly I tell you, when you were younger, you dressed yourself and you went where you wanted to go. But when you are old, you will stretch out your hands and someone else will dress you and lead you where you do not want to go.' Jesus said this to indicate the kind of death by which Peter would glorify God, a crucifixion, just like Jesus. Then Jesus said to him, 'Follow me.' Peter turned around and he saw John, the disciple whom Jesus loved, following them as they're walking on the beach and talking. And Peter asked Jesus, 'Lord, what about John?' And Jesus said, 'If I want John to remain alive until I come back, what is that to you? For you must follow me.' Now, this whole interaction is just a powerful moment, one of seeing that Jesus asked Peter 3 times, which is the exact same amount of times that Peter denied Jesus. Which is a beautiful opportunity of redemptive process that Jesus took Peter through. He let him say yes the same amount of times that he denied him. But then at the very end of the third time, he says to Peter, 'When you were young, you dressed yourself and went wherever you wanted to go. But when you're old, someone else is going to dress you and they're going to take you where you don't want to go.' And I heard Henry Nouwen, the author I mentioned earlier, speaking about this moment, this interaction with Peter and Jesus. And he said that right there, that interaction is the perfect definition of spiritual maturity. When we as Jesus followers recognize that until we are so obedient and surrendered to Jesus' way, that we are willing to go where we do not want to go, we're not yet fully surrendered to Jesus. The mark of spiritual maturity is being willing to go where you would rather not go. That reality is mind-boggling to me. And it helps me understand the invitation of following Jesus into the hard places, into the places of surrender, into the places of sacrifice, through if that's financial giving, or if that's giving of my time, or loving somebody who's hard to love, or doing things that he's called me to do that I would rather not do. I find solace in knowing that Jesus calls it spiritual maturity to be willing to follow him into places that even I wouldn't want to go. But if I'm willing, I'm obedient in following Jesus. And what greater reward can there be than that, right? So let's be willing to be led in following Jesus, even to the places we'd rather not go, and recognize that we are never more like Jesus than when we're following him, whatever that means. Love you guys.